In the village of Mayfield in Staffordshire is this beautiful church, St John the Baptist. There's been a church on this site from at least the Norman times, and it's Grade 1 listed. But while the church itself is steeped in history, there are some interesting marks in this church that you might just walk past and not notice if you didn't know what they were. As you walk around the church, head over to the tower, and at the bottom of the tower is a door. On the 7th of December 1745, the army of Bonnie Prince Charlie were retreating back to Scotland, and they came through the village on the way from Derby and terrorised the locals. They shot the innkeeper at the hanging bridge, and a man called Mr. Humphrey Brown because he wouldn't give them his horse. Because of the atrocities that the soldiers caused in the village, the locals locked themselves in the church. And these holes in the door are musket ball holes, from where the soldiers tried to shoot their way into the church. Safe to say this is a good quality wooden door, because not only did they not manage to get into the church, but nearly 300 years later, the door's still guarding the church, and the musket ball holes are still visible. It's always fascinating to find these little tidbits of history that you would probably walk past and not notice. And if you do go to visit the church in Mayfield, make sure you head back down to the bottom of the churchyard, because there's something interesting down here too. It's a beautiful churchyard, there's a lovely view of the church, and there's a war memorial down here too. But if you keep going, through all of the old graves, past the beautiful trees full of blossom, what you'll find is a very interesting memorial from World War II. Now this is actually a memorial to a Wellington bomber LP-397 that crashed in the field over this fence on the 13th of June 1944. The plane crashed during a training flight, and even though it was a training flight, it was full of bombs. And so the crash caused an almighty explosion that many of the locals and people in the surrounding area felt, heard, and remembered long after. It was over the other side of this field, it was the actual crash site. And on a lovely sunny afternoon like today, there's plenty of footpaths that go round the church and across the fields, so you can explore the crash site and visit the church as well. And it really is a beautiful church and village. Thanks for watching, and if you like local history like I do, check out some more of my videos, or my website, The Red Haired Stokey.